Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting edition of Tight Talk on Turnbuckles on the Pages, Pictures, and Panels Podcasting Network. It's your boy Till the End with my co-host Roach Boy Red, and we are here to break down some graciously good pro wrestling from this weekend, including WWE Elimination Chamber, and a segment that I believe is genre defining from Impact Wrestling with Jay White and the Bullet Club. But Red, what are your thoughts on Elimination Chamber? Let's get into it.
Uh, Overall, the matches weren't bad, but I felt it was definitely an underwhelming event. I felt leaving the event after the male elimination chamber. I understand we now find out that Bobby Lashley had an injury since the Rumble, and they had to find a way to get a belt off him. But it just felt so cheap. It was a good match and everyone was wrestling, and then you knew once Brock Lesnar was coming in, everyone was absolutely done. And the only hope I had was Seth Rollins. He was the first one Brock Lesnar pinned.
Yeah, yeah. And that was like to me hopefully a sign they have something planned for Seth. I've been a fan since he was Tyler Black in Ring of Honor, and I think that he is one of their generational talents that can pass things on to the next group of guys if you keep him around and happy long enough. I'd hate to see him end up in Ring of Honor again, or excuse me, not Ring of Honor. All Elite Wrestling, which is literally chock full of guys to the point that they're letting go of guys who made the company. More on that later. But I don't know, man. Like the Chamber was pretty good to me. I was very devastated that Bobby Lashley didn't really get his just due on the match. A lot of people were disappointed with his disinclusion inside of the match and his concussion protocol injury angle, which we're going to go ahead here on the show and already announce. If you guys read the dirt sheet, you already know. But if you don't, catch it here. Bobby Lashley will be out minimum 4 months. He has a severe shoulder injury that he's dealing with. He sustained at the Royal Rumble in the match with Brock Lesnar. So we're just dealing with an injury angle. They were trying to find a way to get the belt off of Bob. They did. And now they're going to head towards this title versus title match with Lesnar. But I don't know, man. Like I think that there were some pretty good showings. I think Austin Theory did his thing as far as the chamber goes, and the bumps he took, that fucking power bomb from Rollins, the fucking F5 off the
Off
top
the
of the chamber.
chamber. Boy, uh, there's a few
One,
things I gotta say. One, it was crazy when he got fucking power bombed through Lashley's wall. Uh, from what I saw, when it first happened, we didn't know it was a fucking cell or not. Like, it kind of looked like he got stabbed by the fucking glass of the chamber. And I was like, bro, if Bobby Lashley gets pulled out because he got fucking gutted by a piece of glass, that would have been wild. But overall, that was crazy. Brock Lesnar coming in when Bobby's fucking door opens and Brock Lesnar's like, you know what? No, my turn. And he just kicks through the side of his chamber. It almost felt
I
like,
took that as him.
wait, what's up?
I took it as him being pissed. But please continue, please.
Yeah, he had to have like kicked through the wrong side, like kicked through the wrong wall, or he wasn't supposed to come out at that point. Because if you notice, he kicked through the one wall when he was chasing or when he was chasing Austin Theory, he kicks through the one wall in one kick. Austin Theory gets power bombed through in one hit. Brock Lesnar kicked that fucking wall 5 times before it shattered. So like
Yeah,
he had to
yeah,
have
yeah,
pulled a Goldberg and kicked the wrong piece, or he was not supposed to come out until it was his turn. But it sped that match up for sure.
he was so. What I took from it was that when Bobby's thing went off for him to come out and he wasn't in it, it pissed him off because we still do have that looming Lashley pinning him deal. Like he wanted to get his hands on Bobby. That was the whole deal of it. He wanted his rematch. He didn't get that. Now he has the title, but are you really the champion? Because no matter if he cheated to win or not, Bobby Lashley technically did not cheat. Roman Reigns interfered. He didn't pay for him to do that. Why wouldn't he take advantage and get the championship and get a higher pay rate? He pinned the champion, bar none. So not a lot of people do that with Lesnar. He didn't get to do that with Bobby. And that to me, we always have those seeds to come back from. Bro, we can literally end up seeing, and I'm calling this here first. This is a Pages, Pictures, and Panels Podcasting Network exclusive on Tight Talk on Turnbuckles. It's a mouthful, but I'm calling it here. We are going to have Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar for the unified Universal World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. I guarantee it. It's a money match. It should have been at Mania. They gave it to us at the Rumble. Awesome. A big four. I'm predicting another big four. This summer, we're going to have the Summer of the Beast versus the Almighty. I guarantee it.
I'd love to see that. I love Bobby Lashley. You and me talk about it every time we talk about the guy. He's been great since he came in, and I definitely feel like it was not a good showing for a title run. Obviously, it wasn't even really a title run. It was two events and not much in between. Uh, but overall, it wasn't a bad match. I just was not happy in the moment with the ending. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar not getting to square off and Bobby not getting to actually beat him. This is disappointing. But
Yeah.
uh, other than that, most of the match card for the rest of the night was pretty damn good. Even I wasn't expecting much from the Naomi and Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair, but that match they performed well with what they were using.
Sonya Deville is a very good talent. I just didn't like her ring attire. I miss her old MMA stuff. I really liked that stuff when she first came in. She had like a real MMA influence.
Also, it was so weird to me that since it was in Saudi Arabia, all the women had to wear like full suits and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was some of them looked really goofy, like really, really goofy. Bianca Belair's weird glittery Power Ranger costume looked fucking wild. But I mean, it's they had to deal with what or they had to deal with the hand they were dealt. But overall, it didn't affect performance. It kind of seemed like Lita and Becky Lynch were getting gassed pretty early in their match.
Yeah. Well, you got to think because Becky Lynch is like still pretty fresh back off of her return. Like she's been back since SummerSlam, but like not wrestling a good bit like every week. Like she's still tempering. And Lita's a legend at this point. She has a nostalgia contract, so like
Yeah.
I don't expect much out of her. There's only certain people who are part timers that I think like that are really fucking kicking it up a notch, and that's Brock Lesnar. But is he really even a part timer anymore? That
No,
motherfucker's
not
there
at
a fucking
all.
lot. Yeah, I'd say he's there a lot.
Yeah. And as a whole, in regards to the Becky Lynch Lita match, yeah, it wasn't like the best performed match. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the aggression that they both showed, like in their characters. It was real nice. It felt real 2000, early 2000s female wrestling. Uh, but what got me was as a little kid, I was a sucker for these fucking heartwarming ending moments for these wrestlers. And even as a near 30-year-old man, I still got a little choked up at Lita's exit to the fans, man. It's so incredible how much of an impact these people have on the just society. It's insane. Uh, but that pretty much did save the match for me. Like I love Lita, and well, she fucking still wrestles like a Hardy Boy, and that shit makes me so happy.
Dude, she is just as much the Hardy Boys as the Hardy Boys Team Extreme until the end of time, and it's always going to be that way. Like it doesn't matter who's where. Speaking of Hardy Boys, plug for Matt and Jeff, they will be facing Cass and Enzo, Cass XL, however you want to address him, Will Morrissey, however you want to address him. They will be facing each other at an indie event. I will probably be posting on the Pages, Pictures, and Panels Facebook page. We will be advertising that because that is going to be an amazing match. The first stop on the Hardy Boys Farewell Goodbye tour. So enjoy that, guys. But
That's gonna be
continue.
insane. Uh, I guess from there we can jump into well, we can just say the Usos and the Viking Raiders wasn't even a match. It was just an ass beating on the ramp, and I'm cool with that. They didn't really waste a lot of time in this event. If things were going
Right.
down, they were going down early in the match, and I appreciated that. I guess it got us to the real meat and potatoes right away. But so that was funny.
Exactly.
They technically defended their titles. Uh,
As they did.
Man, I want to talk. I guess we can talk about the women's chamber right now. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Nikki Ash, and Alexa Bliss for the chance to fight for the title. Uh, I'm just gonna flat out say I'm not happy with the result. It was no one that they were pushing. They kind of, I feel, went for the recreation aspect to put her up against Becky.
Yeah,
Oh, I guess I
because
should
Becky
say
came
I
back.
haven't even said it. Bianca Belair won the chamber. Uh, but yeah, continue.
I get what they're doing long-term booking with like. Sorry about that, brother. They're doing long-term booking because they're attempting long-term booking because when Becky came back, her first match back, she beat Bianca Belair for the title in like 13 seconds. And nobody got it then. I still don't get it now. But I guess they're going to give her comeuppance over Becky at WrestleMania. I'm fine with that. Now, what I'm not okay with is what are we doing the next pay per view? Is she dropping this title the next pay per view? Like, are you going to give her? I just want people to get their just dues. We're always so focused on people getting their moments that we're not focused on people getting their runs. Like Big E, yeah, he won the title. And then look at his championship run after that. How unceremoniously he was just dethroned and like completely forgot about. And now he's back on the tag team scene as if he was never even in title contention on Raw. Switched to SmackDown for no reason outside of his old teams over there. He wasn't even announced. Like I'm just afraid for things like that when it comes to Bianca Belair because she's such a monumental talent and deserves a lot better. And then again, I'm also worried that this type of treatment of talent is going to continue. And we're going to see more and more guys pile up in AEW and not be used because that's starting to be an issue over there. I don't know if anybody's noticing that, but like every signee that he signs is such a huge deal, big announcement, and then 2 weeks later they're on Dark, just wrestling on Dark on YouTube, which is fine. Don't mean to shit on Dark, but come on, guys. Bobby Fish on Dark, I don't know, but that's just me, man. I think that her versus Becky, Bianca Belair versus Becky, is going to deliver and it's going to put on a great match. But I'm just looking forward to more long term booking when it comes to these future stars because that's what you need when you're building future stars. You got to look towards the future. But I give the match, if we're doing ratings, I give the match, the Chamber, 6 out of 10.
Excuse me. Yeah. Uh, Overall, there were some weird choices made in the match. So did you notice when Liv Morgan fucking caught her knee on the turnbuckle and was like messed up the whole rest of the match? And like, dude, Dewdrop was going to throw her over the corner, and then like she flipped her over, and her knee got caught on the like one of the pieces of machinery on the turnbuckle, and like she got caught, and like Dewdrop played it off where she just aggressively flipped her after that, but like she was really getting her leg uncaught, and the rest of the match she was pretty much just on the ground, like actually seemingly injured. So we haven't heard anything about that, but who knows?
That's going to pop up.
But
What they want her.
yeah, but I was definitely surprised when not only Dewdrop was the first one pinned. That was wild. She seemed to be getting a push, and then nothing. Uh, Rhea Ripley, who also they showed out last week on Raw, they showed her as a genuine threat. She lasted through like four of the five people. Uh, and then
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss, they have been hard pushing, and she did show out. Her performance was incredible, absolutely incredible. But I'm surprised that she did not get the win. That's who me and my buddy that I watched it with, Tony Haru. He that's who we thought was gonna win, and it was a big shock when it wasn't.
Yeah.
Overall, not excited about the Bianca Belair win. We'll see how it plays out in the storylines, but not too exciting on that front, which is wild. This event is called Elimination Chamber, and we walk away disappointed from both Elimination Chamber matches.
WWE pay per view though, so what can you expect? Also, I want to shout out Liv Morgan for her cool Britney Spears cosplay inspired costume.
That
That
was
shit was
awesome.
dope. That shit was dope.
Uh,
Yeah, it was pretty.
yeah, but those matches aside, I want to talk about a match that was short and very sweet. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Roman Reigns and Goldberg, bro. Uh, they both showed out from the gate. Like, it was brutal. Goldberg had a spear on him in the first 30 seconds. Like, it was incredible. But
Yeah.
I audibly lost my mind when Goldberg got choked out, bro. That was incredible. I did not expect that as the ending. And like
So
every hit from the first spear, I was like, well, this could end the match. And then
yeah,
that is what did it. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. I like Goldberg. He's not a great performer. He's definitely known for injuring his fellow wrestlers, but I think that was a really well done match, and we all know how I feel about Roman's performance and how it's a fact how he performs, honestly. But overall, that was just a good time and a really good opener to grip me for the event.
I think choking out Goldberg is a signification, excuse me, is a signification of Goldberg's contract with WWE is now complete. His current deal is done. So it could be an exit from the company. And again, I just don't want to see any more guys pop up from AEW. Of all fucking people, Goldberg, don't go to AEW. Please, God, if there is one, hear me. I don't want to see that. I don't want to fucking see that. But yeah, man, like it was a great little match, and I think choking out Goldberg was the right thing to do. It was
Choked him
fucking
right out of the
crazy.
WWE.
Bro, I literally was watching that like, no way, no way, no fucking way. And then they really rang the bell. I'm like, yo, he choked his bitch ass out. That shit is crazy, bro. He silenced that motherfucker. That shit is insane, bro. Like, I think,
Yeah.
I think that match was dope. And Roman Reigns heading towards Brock Lesnar at Mania. This is going to be a hell of a clash. I don't know which way it's going to go, and I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah. And surprisingly, the last match I want to talk about isn't any of the main events or any of the huge matches. Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss. That match was incredible given the circumstances. Shout out to Madcap Moss for keeping it rolling through the entire thing.
Yeah,
I want to start it off. He gets fucking Alabama slammed and curls up his neck accidentally and absolutely just jars himself. And it's immediately Happy Corbin actually pulled him out of the ring, and you could tell that he needed to get him out of there to give him a minute to breathe. But
yeah,
it was a genuinely insane looking injury. Like we were almost
yeah.
certain that he was like real world gonna be hurt for a bit, and it doesn't seem to be the case. We don't have like too in depth updates on him or anything, but he is good. It definitely was an accident though, but
Outside of that, I think Riddick Moss can wrestle. I think Riddick Moss is all right. He was all right. That's what was his name was in
yeah.
NXT. Not bad, man. And Drew McIntyre is Drew Max, so like
And like even Drew
I think they're
McIntyre last week, he's like tells Madcap if you weren't doing this stupid shit with Happy Corbin, you could be a good wrestler. And like I believe that he definitely has talent.
yeah. The kid definitely has like the he has all the tools and shit. And with time, when his feud comes with Corbin, which is how WWE booking goes, it's going to be something that we definitely are going to see turn like a Batista type turn.
But after like honestly after he takes his slam and his injury, it's incredible. He like takes slams onto the announcer's table, over the table. He takes a beating still, and it was incredible that it was pulled off. Overall, that was a pretty fun match. It was one of the higher points in the event for me personally.
Yeah, I like the match. Like I said, I think Riddick Moss has just like a really bright future. Always like Drew McIntyre's work. I don't have any complaints. So gets two thumbs up for me.
Yeah, definitely. Overall, that covers our entire match card, and overall, it was an alright event. It was definitely a fun watch, and yeah, I'd give it I'd say a 6 out of 10 overall for the whole event, though. The two main card matches that are what the event's named after were a disappointment in the end, and yeah, definite 6 out of 10.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am in 100% agreement. 6 out of 10. So the official Pages, Pictures, and Panels Podcasting Network review rating of Elimination Chamber 2022 is 6 out of 10.
Boom, bam.
Yep.
But I know you wanted to talk about a little something something. No Surrender happened last night as well.
I fucking lutely did. And I am a TNA mark through and through to the soul. And I think that right now is a quintessential time in TNA's history and future because of the influx of talent coming in and out from other companies. This forbidden door philosophy that we're all living through and living by right now, introduced by Tony Khan, opening up the forbidden door and allowing people from other companies to travel back and forth and find work and create dream matchups that I, you, and us as the fan base of pro wrestling could enjoy for years to come. We've seen such talent from New Japan as Kenta, Tomohiro Ishii, um, fucking oh my god, Jay White, as we're trying to get to, and others, Finn Juice, a bunch of different people traveling from New Japan to Impact or AEW. Right now, we're dealing with this whole Jay White situation. Jay White is blowing up everywhere right now. You can catch him on New Japan Strong, which is the American New Japan television product. You can also see him on AEW. He debuted in ring on Rampage this Friday. And he was also on Dynamite last week, and he's going to be. We're more on that in a second. And he's having a hell of a run on Impact. Last night he faced Eric Young in what I call a match for the ages and a match for people who love solid pro wrestling. There was no greenery here. We have Eric Young, who is literally a TNA original, a seasoned vet at this point, and has been for a good amount of years. His best work is not behind him. Violence by Design is definitely one of the better factions in pro wrestling today, more balanced and has a lot of potential. Reminds me of Sanity, his group in WWE when he was in NXT. But Jay White, man, like Jay White came out on top. We'll just give you the official match result. But Jay White is doing some of the best work of his life, and I don't believe that by just his talent, but just by his exposure and willingness to be exposed. A lot of people don't know who Jay White is because he's been wrestling overseas for the majority of 10 years, and just reintroducing himself to this American audience at this magnitude, this level, and just doing it the right way through the Bullet Club. The angle that I'm getting to that we endured last night was the Bullet Club ousting God. It was right after a world tag team championship match between the Gorillas of Destiny, which are Tangaloa and Tamatonga, resident Tongans of Bullet Club, and the Good Brothers, which are Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows, excuse me, and both Bullet Club original teams through and through to the heart. It was like a war for the name. And we see Jay White and Chris Bay being the newest member of Bullet Club, interfere on behalf of the Good Brothers, betray God, oust them from Bullet Club, which with them, and I'm sure Bad Luck Fale would follow, because he's the third to their second, are the last remaining original pieces of the original foundation of what we know as Bullet Club that was led by Prince Devitt, aka Finn Balor. This is a big deal, man. It's a huge deal. We're seeing the formation of a new Bullet Club squad that, as Jay White just gave in a interview on, I don't want to even quote the outlet because I'm not certain on exactly what the outlet was, but it can be searched. It's very widely publicized. He's looking for Bullet Club to be a united front through different companies, AEW, New Japan, Impact, one Bullet Club. It's mind blowing, and I see it happening, and I see it splintering into so many, so many future pro wrestling angles are coming off of this one night and this one angle. I guarantee we get Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole based off of this night and this United Bullet Club front because again, it's Adam Cole who brought Jay White into AEW, And you saw tension from the Bucks right then and there. What's this guy doing here? Oh, he used to be Kenny's enemy. They're literally writing the story in front of us. That's why I felt like it was so important to cover this Bullet Club angle because again, bro, this is where I believe the seeds of the next 2 years in a lot of different companies are being sprinkled into the ground right now. And that's what this angle, man. Thanks to Jay White, Chris Bay, the Good Brothers, the new Bullet Club. So we're gonna see where it goes. I'm sure we're gonna get more God versus Good Brothers and Jay White or Chris Bay. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of that to come, but I cannot wait until Adam Cole, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and all those AEW Bullet Club dudes mixed back in, and we really can get a full Bullet Club invasion, and maybe get like a AEW versus Bullet Club or Impact versus Bullet Club. I love those fucking faction wars back in the day when WCW used to fight for their lifeblood against the NWO, and we literally got like two fucking video games based off of it. So
Legit.
I don't know, man. Legit. I can't fucking wait. I'm excited. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm very excited about this angle. I think Jay White is fucking becoming the Messiah, the true Messiah, sorry, Seth, of pro wrestling. And this shit is just going to be amazing. And I'm excited. So if you guys, in part, if you guys have not seen Impact Wrestling's No Surrender, you can go on pay per view, your local pay per view provider, or the Fight TV app and find it. It's not that expensive and it is definitely worth your money. If you don't have the money and can't afford it, no big deal. Go to YouTube and look up the highlights. Every package that I saw and the one we just watched was like a fucking hour long. You can literally watch the entire pay per view with a bit cut out. Treat yourself because it was a great pay per view. So
Agreed.
my official, it was great, man. What are your thoughts?
Overall, I we talk about a lot. I don't know a lot of the wrestlers even in WWE or AEW nowadays, let alone Impact Wrestling in New Japan and whatnot. But that was an incredible performance from everyone. And like I know people like Eric Young and Jay White and stuff, but everyone, it was throughout all the matches, everyone showed out. And I personally am now excited to get into this world of Impact again because I used to love the OG TNA and Impact Wrestling, man. Uh, it was a good time, and it feels like that same vibe, like the old school, when like the early Abyss days and stuff is what it feels like. Uh,
Hey, man, and that's
and that's amazing. And I'm definitely excited for the future of that. And like you said, if we're crossing companies, if we're branching out, this is that fucking pro wrestling cinematic universe we're talking about, man. We're on to something.
absolutely. And that's what I think is the best part of it. These dream matches. I can remember 3 years ago wishing that I can see because again, Jay White never really got the respect as leader of Bullet Club because it's full of fucking jobbers. Everybody left New Japan. They have to get out of New Japan. Bullet Club was based in New Japan. Yeah, they went other places, but like the core foundation is a New Japan deal. That has to end, or not end, but change. It has to evolve. Now that's what we're getting. We're seeing it. Its influence in AEW, in uh, NWA, in Impact Wrestling, and so on and so forth. I won't be surprised if we see some type of iteration show up at MLW or GCW. It's happening, brother, and it's happening all over again. So I'm here for it. Got to be honest.
Yeah, such a good event. My personal rating, honestly, probably like a 9 out of 10 from what I've seen.
I uh I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna kick it up a notch just for the performance. 9.5 out of 10. And there were a lot of guys on there. It just felt like it was hungry. It felt like 0304 SmackDown. It felt like everybody just wanted to put on a great show. Everybody wanted to show what they can do, and it was just a great show. And I don't know. I give it a 9.5 out of 10 for sure.
There you have it.
Yep, yep, yep. So what else you got for us? Some imparting notes. I know we got some Roach Boys Comic Corner coming soon. What's up with that?
Oh yeah. I actually got it. I have a new episode dropping tonight. You can catch that on this channel. Other than that, you can get our Fractured Reality sticker inspired by Doctor Strange on the Studio 5 Star Etsy store. Link is in the description. You can follow them on Instagram at Studio 5 Star Official. Other than that, you can catch me on Instagram at Roach the Boy Wonder. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when we drop a new episode. We're more than halfway to our goal of 50 subscribers. Keep pushing on and tell your friends about us. We will appreciate it. But that's all for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we will be back with pages, pictures, and panels this week. We're adding some new elements here, some new segments. A movie review show will be coming soon. We'll be posting the title of it. It may debut with the next video. Who knows? It may debut with this video in the comments down here. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that we will be back very soon talking about all your favorite things: pro wrestling, comic books, movies, MCU, DC. I'm running out of fingers. I don't know. We cover everything, but I'm till the end and my co-host Roach Boy Red. We love coming to you guys, and we'll see you later.
See you guys.